Good evening, everybody. My name is Kip, and if you are new here, thank you for coming by. This is America Bumper to Bumper, and this is our live stream that we do every Friday night at 8 p.m. We go through some car news. We'll go through chat in the stream as soon as more people hop in here. We also are going to do something a little fun tonight. We'll get into that a little bit later on. At least I think it's going to be fun. And if you guys go on Jalopnik's website, it has a little bit to do with something that they do over there. So we're going to first talk about the channel updates, where we're sitting, all that good stuff. Have grown a little bit on the YouTube side of things. We're up to 374 subscribers, which is good. Thank you very much for everybody who's stopped in and subscribed. Really appreciate that. Videos that we have up recently, doing it pretty average for the site. So that's I'm happy with average at this point too. What do we got coming up for the channel? We have some videos that'll be coming out. We have one more Eurobuilt video, which will be all VW, Volkswagen, stuff like that. Then we've got some Corvette content. There was a Corvette club that had a get-together over in New York that I went to and did some taping there. So we'll have those videos coming up for you. And then after that, we're probably going to start getting into some how well they held up. Car season starting to wind down. Plus, getting out to car shows right now is a little bit harder to do. Anyways, so that's what's going to go on there. As far as Facebook and Instagram goes, I think we're low 800s in the followers on Facebook. I think we're still about 240 followers on Instagram. So do me a favor and go out there. If you're not following me on either of those platforms yet, hop over there and press that button and climb on board. Okay, enough about the channel. Let's get into what some of you are here for, and we're going to get into car news. And as you can see, the camera's a little different than our last one. I've got it on a little tripod because we're going to be moving you around a bit to show you some stuff on the computer. First story. The interesting thing about the internet, and especially something like Google Earth, you see all sorts of amazing, cool things on there. But you wouldn't think that you would see a car that's been submerged in a retention pond in Florida since 1997. So the story goes, and this is I found it on Autoblog. In 1997, November of 1997, a man by the name of William Moult was reported missing. No words, he just vanished. Well, the other night, let's see, August 28th, residents noticed a submerged car in this retention pond. Well, the story keeps getting more interesting. You can actually see the submerged car in that retention pond if you use Google Earth. You've been able to see that car in that retention pond since 2007 on Google Earth. You'd think somebody would have noticed that and go, hey, is there everything all right there? Is everything, what's going on with this? And quite honestly, it's pretty obvious it's a car. I mean, at least to me, that's pretty obvious. That's a car. But anyway, all right. So as heart goes out to the gentleman who lost his life there. It's sad. They're still not 100% sure what happened in that situation. They do know that he was at a nightclub that night, but from everybody that had talked to him when he had originally vanished was that he wasn't drunk. He wasn't well, he had some alcohol, but he wasn't like stumbling drunk or anything like that. So nobody's quite sure what happened there, but they did find it. And another thing that is found, my computer needs to freeze up a bit. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Divers have pulled another thing. This is out of a river. Let's see, and it is, let's see, where in what river? No, unfortunately, it does not say where. It's not that I'm seeing where it this was found, but not too long ago, this is reported by motorists. Divers have pulled out a Chevy Corvette that's been submerged for decades. Rumor has it that this Corvette was either stolen in the late 80s or early 90s, but it's still unsure if it was actually stolen or just dumped at a boat launch in an attempt to commit insurance fraud. The latter may seem more accurate since calls to contact the owner after it was found have been unsuccessful, and they were told he had fled the country. The Corvette was actually found 3 years ago, but the sheriff's department, wherever this is, was not having any luck getting the vehicle out because it was stuck on a log. And they were actually able to pull it out, and it's definitely not something you're ever going to see somebody like Tavares or Sam Crack or anybody rebuild. That's pretty nasty and gone. But it would be interesting to see. I wonder why this thing isn't tight on there. Let me see if I can tighten you guys up a bit so you're not moving around as much. All around. Should have done this before I started, right? Yeah. Anyways, that's a little bit better. Make sure I'm still in frame. Oh, there I am. Yeah, but nobody's watching, so it doesn't really matter right now. Let's go back over here. So anyways, they have successfully pulled this Corvette, yellow Corvette, out of wherever it was stuck. Now, once the computer catches up. All right. Apparently, Ford is having some issues with their 2020 Ford Explorers and Aviators. I read this story earlier today. Something, Ford is not saying what's going on, but they are taking all their, a vast amount of the Explorers and Lincoln Aviators that are being built in their Chicago factory. They're being shipped to Flat Rock plant south of Detroit to have repairs, stuff done to them before they're being shipped out to dealers. Again, they're not saying what's going on, but thousands upon thousands are going. Let's see, they said in this report, several thousand vehicles. What they're doing to fix these vehicles, they're working around the clock. Everybody's doing it. Basically, it's all hands on deck to get this done. They are only getting through. What was I said in here that they? The Flat Rock plant is where they build the Mustangs and the Lincoln Continentals Monday through Thursday. Weekends are devoted completely to fixing the Explorers and Aviators. They've also been shipping vehicles to Roush to have these repairs made. They get through between 80 and 100 cars per shift. And at this point, they have about 12,000 vehicles that still need repairs. I do have to say, props for Ford to understand there's something wrong with their vehicles and taking the time to fix them correctly before they get on dealer lots, because there is nothing worse than having ticked off customers because you rushed getting a vehicle out in time. But problems with the Ford Explorer, hopefully Ford can get that figured out and get people rocking in their new Explorers. And speaking of upset customers, next story that we have, this is from, once computer catches up again, Car and Driver. Owners of 2017 and 18 Rogues and Rogue Sports have potentially faulty emergency braking systems that can apply the brakes for no reason, according to the NHTSA. These false positives, in which the system intervenes to prevent a collision that isn't actually imminent, has led to at least 14 accidents. Nissan has issued technical service bulletins for this problem since January. And I can tell you, from working at a Nissan dealership, this is a real issue. There's one vehicle in particular that we saw several times because of this issue. Anyways, at least 843 people have reported problems with their forward emergency braking system on 17 and 18 Rogues and Rogue Sports. And the complaints, which were spurred by a petition sent to the Center for Auto Safety in March, allege that these cars apply their brakes in cases where there is no obstruction in the path of the vehicle. Nissan and NHTSA count at least 14 crashes, 5 injuries related to the complaints. So far, Nissan has considered the issue strictly as a performance update by issuing technical service bulletins, at least 3 since January, that pertain to reprogramming the radar control unit. So Nissan will be, if NHTSA concurs with its investigation, which at this point does not declare that a defect exists, Nissan will be forced to recall these cars and repair all of them. 553,860 cars will potentially be affected if NHTSA decides that there is an issue. So if you own Rogue or Rogue Sport, 17 or 18, you may be getting a recall. Speaking of recalls, I'm going to get right into recalls and get this over with. Hopefully some people will hop in the chat. We have one person with us. Thank you for being here. Next issue is going to be a hard one for Jeep, as it has to do with their Gladiator. Excuse me. And this one is severe enough that they have issued a stop sale order, which, if you're not in the industry and don't know what that is, a stop sale means that any vehicles that are on dealer lots cannot be sold until the problem has been fixed and has been verified that there's no issues. And then once all these vehicles get checked, then Jeep can lift the stop sale and people can start buying Gladiators again. All right. The Gladiator, the issue with the Gladiator is the oh gosh, I had it there just for a minute. Drive shaft, the rear drive shaft, the joint. There's no grease in the rear joints. They call it okay. The rear drive shaft that was assembled without grease in the monoblock joint portion of the drive shaft. If the monoblock joint does not have the proper grease in there, it can cause the joint to overheat, seize, and split apart. If that happens, accidents are often it could lead to an accident. The good thing about this recall or stop sale is that it's only affects 3,427 vehicles. Those were built between December 15th and June 25th. If you had a car that was built there, you should put your VIN number in the NHTSA's recall website and see if your vehicle is one of those that needs to be fixed. This is a whole big block of other safety recalls. We're just going to go through some of them, not all of them. We'll see what the latest recalls for that are out there. Okay, 2015 through 17 Cadillac Escalades, 14 to 18 Silverados, GMC Sierras, 15 to 18 Suburbans, Tahoes, and Yukons. 3.4 million vehicles. And this is due to brake issues. The amount of vacuum created by the vacuum pump may decrease over time. As the vacuum level drops, the brake assist decreases, increasing braking effort, extending the distance required to stop the vehicle, or thereby increasing the risk of a crash. So if you have one of these vehicles, contact Chevrolet and see if yours is in need of some new parts. Next up, the 2019 Chevy Express and GMC Savannah. 91,399 were affected. And what is the problem? It's not really the vehicles. There's no real problem with the vehicle itself. It doesn't comply with federal safety standards. Excuse me. The seatbelt unfastened warning light will not illuminate for approximately 5 seconds after the ignition is moved to the on or start position. That is against the law under the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard number 208. So these vehicles all need to be recalled and fixed so that they'll illuminate, the light will illuminate as required by law. To the 2020 Buick Enclave and Chevy Traverse. This is a much smaller number compared to the other ones at 3,420. But it's fairly significant. The right-hand frame rail in the engine compartment may be cracked. A crack in the frame rail may reduce crash performance, increasing risk of injury. So again, contact your Buick Chevy dealer and see if your vehicle is one of those 3,000 affected. 2018 Chevy Malibu, 177,000 of them. These are cars that are equipped with the 1.5 liter turbo engine, and there's an error with the engine control module software, which may result in fuel injectors being disabled. Disabled fuel injectors would prevent the engine from starting and may cause a stall, increasing the risk of a crash. So if you have a 2018 Malibu, just go get that checked out as well. Okay, Ford Motor Company, 2018 through 2020 F-Series pickups, 18 through 20 Explorers, 19 through 20 Expeditions, and the 2020 Lincoln Aviator. 482,000 vehicles are affected, and the issue is vehicles equipped with driver and or passenger manual front seat back reclining mechanisms. The reclining mechanism may be missing the third pawl required for seat back strength, resulting in a loose seat back. So, and that does not comply with federal motor vehicle safety standards. So that's why this recall is there. Let's take a look at one more. Oh, 2003 through 8 Toyota Corollas, and 5 through 8 Matrix and Pontiac Vibes. 219,000 vehicles are affected, and the issue is the front passenger airbag assemblies replaced under a prior recall. They may not unfold as designed during inflation under high temperature conditions, resulting in airbag not inflating properly and then resulting in a higher risk of injury in a crash. Toyota, they just can't cut a break with these airbag issues. Let's see what our next one is. We'll see if we want to get into that one. Volkswagen, 679,000. The vehicles are equipped with automatic transmission, manual handbrake, and keyless entry. Built up of silicate on the shift lever micro switch contacts may enable the key to be removed from the ignition when the transmission is not in park. That's not a good one. And I got a dog that's caught on his. There you go, Seamus. Yep. So that's all we're gonna do for recalls for today. There's definitely a lot more on here. There's another 135 or plus that I could be going through, but I'm not going to waste everybody's time. All right. Now, since we're getting into a more technologically advanced era, and there are more people out there who are concerned with the environment, the electric vehicles more and more are hitting the roads, and it's taken a while, but government has finally figured out that since they're not buying gas, they aren't paying the taxes on the gas. Well, we've got to get them to pay our taxes somehow for using the roads. So that's what they've been doing. And this is Consumer Reports is reporting that more states are hitting electric vehicle owners with higher fees than would be associated with the gas equivalent. Number of states are charging electric vehicle owners fees that experts and consumer advocates say are higher than what a driver of the equivalent gas-powered vehicle is paying in gas taxes, potentially discouraging an important environmentally friendly technology. I'm not going to say any more about that. Almost all states have gas tax, to help pay for transportation projects, and electric vehicles owners avoid them when they have pure EVs because they don't use gas. Many legislatures are looking at extra fees for these vehicle owners to help pay for the roads. 26 states currently impose EV fees. 11 charge more than the amount owners of similar gas-powered cars pay for gas tax. 3 charge more than twice the amount. Well, the moral of this story is keep driving your gas cars. But for those of you out there that like the electric vehicles and are trying to be better on the environment than I am, props to you. And no, you shouldn't have to pay more. You should be paying the same as everybody else. All right, now we're going to move the camera around. All right, get you all set up here. Bear with me for a minute, folks. Yeah. Let's see. Is that? Whoa, look at that. Oh, whole myriad of computer screens going on forever. But again, I guess this really doesn't matter since nobody's in here watching. Corvette C8. You will officially get another, reveal, more than just this one picture of the C8 convertible. It's coming October 2nd, as you can see right there. And for the longest time, I looked at this picture and I couldn't figure out what really was different. But yeah, there's actually some stuff that's different. So if you're into the C8, put your guesses down in the down below on what you think this is going to actually end up costing. Currently, the C7 Corvette costs, the convertible costs like $4,500 more than the hardtop or the roofed version. Some people speculate that the convertible C8 is going to cost. There's going to be more of a discrepancy in price because of the what they have to do to actually make this a convertible. So we'll have to see on October 2nd, and we'll see how long it takes them to reveal the prices on these as well. All right. 18 of the coolest badges in automotive history. First up, Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack. That I do have to agree is a pretty cool badge to have on your vehicle. Harkens back to the days of the 70s when they had the I believe they had a similar sort of emblem on their Scat Pack cars back then, but you guys, I know there's a lot of you out there that know stuff a whole lot better than me, and you'll let me know in the comments. Another great looking one. This is Dara. It is a diving falcon going for its prey, talon first. And if this does not scream predator for the road, not sure what does. The Imperator 108i is powered by an AMG tuned V8 for 400 horsepower. I like this. It's very, harkens back to the McLaren F1, but all that's just, I'm not feeling that. I do love the badge though. Pretty cool. The Abarth. Love little scorpion there. The colors are really cool. Another really awesome badge. Of course, you got the Stingray. The current C7 and the C8s, the Stingrays they have on them are very cool, very Interesting little badges to have on vehicles. So that's another really good one. Superleggera. Now that is Italian for lightweight, I believe. And Superleggera is actually a coach building company. Their name is pretty nothing, their badging isn't really anything amazing, but having it in that cursive script is very elegant and pretty cool. Of course, you got to have Jaguar in there with their leaping, Jaguar. Pretty cool looking. I do like the older cars that actually had the jumping cat hood ornaments. You can't go without the Ferrari prancing horse. We'll see if Lamborghini is in there as well because that's pretty iconic. But colors, the horse, everything pretty cool with the Ferrari. Now, that's something I never noticed. Of course, I've never been around a whole lot of Lamborghini Miras, but Lamborghini Mira, they're all, not all, 99, I think, percent of Lamborghinis were named after fighting bulls. The Miura is no exception, and the designers took a step a little bit further than any other vehicle that I know of, and they added horns on the M, and then there's a tail on the A. So it looks like a bull itself. That is very cool. Can't talk about cool, iconic badging without talking about the GTO Judge. That's very 60s styled font. Very cool. Another iconic one is the M badge on your BMW. Of course, Dodge Viper. And depending on your year, the older ones, as you can see right here, Snake is smirking. Pretty cool. Love that the fact that they've got that emblazed in the third brake light. Super cool. The Maserati Trident. I don't think it's as cool as some of the others on here, but not bad. Alfa Romeo, another one that it's interesting. It's not one of my top badges. Hey, whoa! Oh, what am I doing there? Hey, Novataz, thanks for coming in here. Really appreciate it. We're talking about badging, cool badging on vehicles. Subaru STI is pretty cool, but I don't know that it is. It's iconic for Subaru owners. It doesn't really mean much to me. Dodge Demon. Ah, very cool. Yeah, I got to figure out how to not have that happen again. Dodge Demon, another very cool emblem, whether it's on the seats, on the seat belts, the car itself. Very, very cool. And a Hellcat to go along with it. Dodge has done very well, or Chrysler overall, but Dodge in particular has done very well with their the badging and coming out with some very iconic stuff on their vehicles. I mean, the Roadrunner. How can you not have that in there? Shelby Super Snake. Again, Cobra up there. Very iconic for Shelby. Very, very cool. And of course, the Koenigsegg Ghost. There is a ghost on every Koenigsegg, and this is a tribute to the fighter squadron. Well, I didn't make up this list, Novotaz. This was done by Run Track, so you know, get on them for the Trans Am. That is, definitely the Fire Chicken is definitely very, very, very iconic. But anyways, the Koenigsegg Ghost, it was the logo for the fighter squadron for the airfield uh, where they make their cars today. So every vehicle. And I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure if it's every vehicle, but all of the new ones within the past, 5-10 years, all have this ghost symbol on them, which is again very cool and way to pay homage to um, military. Last but definitely not least, icons and legends of Hollywood auction for cars, boats, motorcycles, and spaceships. Now, this upcoming auction, there are some cars involved with it, but it's mostly a prop and movie model collection that's being sold off. But there are a lot of cool things in there nonetheless. Like this, this is from Aliens. And then you have this motorcycle that was in an officer and a gentleman. That's up for sale. We have the Back to the Future 3 DeLorean from that they used on the train tracks. Definitely not in very good condition, but it is a piece of movie history. Yeah, I know Road and Track, they need to do a better job on their emblems and stickers and stuff. Batman Returns Bat Ski Boat is another prop that you can buy. He, of course, has to have the turbine in the back. 1968 Dodge Charger from Blade, the movie Blade with Wesley Snipes. That's cool. I would definitely own that. City Destroyer. I'm not sure what movie this is from, but interesting looking bike. No, I'm sorry. That's a City Destroyer from Independence Day. And let's see. Kind of screwed up on the. Oh, that's Blade. I don't know what the bike is, but that is Independence Day. Now, of course, we got another a couple pictures of the DeLorean. This is from Moonraker. This is I mean, it's Diamonds. Let's see. Spy Who Loves Me. No, I was right. Diamonds Are Forever. Moon Buggy. That's back to the Charger from Blade. This is the Munsters Dragula Coffin Dragster. The HMS Ranger from another one of the Bond movies. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade BMW motorcycle with sidecar. It was Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. Judge Dredd, Flying Law Master. King Kong SS Venture. That's what this one is. This police bike from Lethal Weapon 3. Again, the buggy from Diamonds Are Forever. Moonraker from Moonraker. James Bond again. Thanks, Novitaz. Or Sean. I'm really glad that somebody's here. Yeah. Who does it? Automobile. Yeah, they don't know how to group everything together. So, anyway, some other stuff in there. If you're interested in a bunch of Hollywood items to buy at auction, it's definitely out of my league price wise. So, we'll just. All right. So, what we're gonna do, and what if you guys are, all right. I'll wait for you, Sean. Let me know when you're back, and we'll go through. So if you are following me on Instagram, you will know that I put up a post a couple hours ago asking for the name of a city and city and state, a car brand, and amount of money. And let me just go into Instagram because I don't think that anyone actually answered, but we'll see. Yep. Nope, nobody answered anything there. So I'm gonna have to enlist the help of me family. What do you want? Could one of you give me a city and state, or town and state?
Any town and state?
Yep.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa. All right. Give me a make of vehicle. Grayson.
A make of vehicle?
Yeah, like, Chevy, Buick.
The company.
Yeah.
Okay. From anywhere around the world?
Yeah.
Or just American?
Let's just go with American for now.
I guess Buick. I know it's on the one to need, but Buick.
Buick. Oh. All right. Well, we're gonna kick that because it didn't give me enough results. So we'll just So we're on what we're doing, and I got this idea from Jalopnik. They have a recurring thing on their website called Nice Price or Crack Pipe, and basically they find a vehicle for sale, and then everybody gets to decide whether that is a good price that they're asking for the vehicle, or whether it's not good price, or whether the people are smoking crack. So what we're going to do is we're going to let's kind of scroll through here. And what we did is they are on Facebook Marketplace. We are looking at vehicles within 100 miles of Des Moines, Iowa. Boy, can't talk. We were going to look at Buick, but only one vehicle came up, so we're not going to look at Buick.
Sorry.
No problem. Thank you for stopping in. I'm going to butcher your name, and I'm very sorry about that. Taval, thanks for stopping in. So we're 100 miles around Des Moines, Iowa. We're looking at vehicles only up to 1995 because that's just what I like. And we are looking at vehicles with prices between 9 and 10,000. So let's just scroll through here, kind of look at that might be a crack pipe thing here, but we'll have to kind of see what else we got here that might kind of be a. All right, let's take a look at this 1973 Chevy C20. The owner is asking $9,000 for this truck, and it's going to be up to us to decide whether that's a good price for this vehicle or whether the owner is taking hits off the crack pipe. Of course, I will come up with a better name for this because I don't want to, not going to steal it from, completely from Jalopnik, but let's see. So the seller's description says 9,000 OBO. It's got a 40 over 454 with less than 5,000 miles on the motor. 700 R4 transmission with monster parts. Newly rebuilt differential 456 gears. New bearings and brakes. New wheels and tires. New radiator. New master cylinder. New booster. Electronic ignition and fuel injection. New power. New steering column with tilt. Autometer gauges, 2-amp sound system, rust-free frame. So that's a pretty good one. Let's look through the pictures. So there's the 40 over 454, and another one, and another picture of the engine. All right, interior, hand built, looks like plywood, custom center console. Okay. Pretty good looking steering wheel. Gauges are, being autometer, pretty cool. Okay, so it's got a speaker here. Let's see, what's the next picture? The exterior definitely needs some love. It's like a Cheyenne edition of the vehicle. And it is a 1973, so to be expected. So you're going to be looking at some body work. And it is the less desirable long bed. Looks like a new or newer tailgate. And we're back to the engine. So up to you guys now in the commenting section. Good price, or is this guy smoking something? And since this is our first time, let's go through and do it one more vehicle. And woof woof. Hate it when newer cars get mixed in. Let's go back up. I think we're gonna go with this 88 Pontiac Firebird Formula. $10,000. So let's scroll through and see what the owner has to say about his vehicle. To 1988 Pontiac Firebird Formula 350, so it's a 350 engine in it. New tires with 1,500 miles on it. From the pictures right here, there's nice looking rims on it. Cruise control, AC, both work. Flip up headlights work as well as they should. Body overall is in good condition. Does have some rock chips. Not bad for 30-year-old car. Powered door locks and crank windows. Interesting. This guy is posting it for his dad. Let's go through and look at the pictures. Not bad. I'm getting about halfway through. Yep, those pop-up do work. Yeah. Yeah, pretty clean interior. Nice, really nice interior. Let's see, 72,000 miles on it. Okay. Another piece of the puzzle. All right. Well, what do you guys think? Is this worth the 10 grand that the owner is asking for it? All right. And let's just kind of throw through here and see. Oh, I'm going to get more motorcycles or that. '86 Corvette. All right. Last one. This is all we're going to do. Well, this is going to be a reoccurring feature on here. So I will try to remember to put the post on Instagram and Facebook. Try to do it the day before, so we can maybe get some hits in there. We'll pick, but the last car we'll do for this evening before we say good night is this 1986 Chevy Corvette, $9,400, 95,000 miles, auto trans, yellow black interior, and they say in very good condition. Let's see, what do they have? Not a whole lot of information on the vehicle other than what you see there. New starter, new battery within the last 1,000 miles. So this is going to be all pictures. Are the pictures worth $9,400? Starting out, looks pretty decent here. Definitely a C4 Corvette. Body kit, I don't know, not bad. I've definitely seen worse. Tinted windows, leather interior. Steering wheel's pretty well jacked. Last picture. Cup holder. Yep, pretty normal looking for an '86 GM product as far as this goes. All right. Well, guys, what do you think? Do you think that that was worth $9,400? not me. Oh, we'll do this one too. What the hell? We're here, and I just went back to Rutland. This is within 100 miles of Rutland, Vermont. Yeah. Olds Cutlass. 1970. This is in Queensbury, New York, so not terribly far away. 4x4 runs great. 400 small block with a 700R trans. There's only 2 pictures, and you guys got to decide in these 2 pictures whether this thing is worth 10 grand. Looks pretty cool from there. I'm not usually a big fan of cars on truck chassis like that, but that doesn't look too bad. I don't know that it's worth 10 grand, at least to me, but it might be to you. Yeah. And we're back to the first one. It's interesting. It's interesting. That's what we'll say. It's interesting. Alrighty. I'm gonna bring back over here. Cool. All right. Well, for a couple of people that stopped in and watched, I do appreciate it. Thank you, Sean, from Novataz for stopping in. Sorry, I'm not going to be staying up more. Hope the kids went to bed for you pretty easily. Coming up on about an hour, so that's what we're going to do for today. Again, that excuse me, last feature is going to be an ongoing thing. I think it's going to could be pretty fun, especially when we get some more people in this the live stream. Anyways, have a day. Hopefully it's a good one.